All right. Remember those PSAs, public service announcements telling you about don't run and don't play electricity and don't touch hot plates and all that whatever stuff. Well, this is kind of like that. It's more of just something that affects me. I know probably can affect other people, and also it kind of clicked in my mind where I had somebody stop by the shop yesterday. Won't say their name, but or a welder and go, what is that Dr. Seuss looking thing over your welding area? And I had to explain what it was. It's this thing. It's a fume extractor. It's amazing how people don't know what this is. So that made me click going, all right, I'm not trying to sell you fume extractors. I'm just telling you to give you the idea of how important stuff like this is. So it's not a dust collector, it's a fume extractor. So when you're welding nasty stuff, and you metal artists, this is who I'm really talking to. Those guys that are welding zinc coated stuff, things with coatings on them, oil, things that have oil, bearings that you can't get all that grease out, all that stuff. I don't care what it is. If it makes fumes, it's not good for your lungs, right? And so I'm a wheezy type of person. This was from back in the day, not graffiti, but spray paint stuff when I lived in Maine for my mom. And you didn't have a mask on, stupid kid, just dumb. So I had like a lot of different sediment. Ain't nobody gonna want my lungs when it's time for me to go. They're just gonna hang them on a mirror or something. But it's just like thinking about how much work you do to protect yourself when you're welding, when you're sitting at a station, you're welding. You put gloves on for a reason, not burn yourself, burn your skin. Same with sleeves. You wear a helmet to protect your eyes and your face. Why wouldn't you try to do something to protect your lungs? Because if you can smell it, it's already in there. And some of this stuff is pretty hazardous. It's pretty nasty. I know some people that have lung damage from welding on stuff like this, and they weren't aware of it. They just like, I'm gonna weld on it, and it's not because they're dumb. They just why would you think something that would hurt you? Just welding on it, just putting heat to it. And it's like baking cookies. The smell of cookies is great, but the oils and the things that are on the tray, smelling that over time, mass quantities of it, it's not good for you. Your lungs are like big sponges with little fingers. Usually stuff that goes in, it's very rare it comes out if it's something nasty like that. And then it grows, and then you can't breathe, and then you're either on an oxygen tank or dragging it around, or you're freaking stuck in a hospital, or you can't do anything but maybe walk in a wheelchair. No one wants that. My goal is just to give you a little bit of awareness and not scare you, but going, I'm 40 now. I got a little girl. I have things to live for. I want to be 85 and still strong and maybe shoot myself off a rocket and do stuff when I'm older. But I go, you got to be around. You got to be able to be mobile. So I have one of these things, not because it's cool, but because it's kind of important. And it's amazing how many people that do this stuff in low ceilings, no ventilation, that y'all, you metal artists, you weld on some funky stuff. I'm just trying to just give you a heads up. I ain't your daddy. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you to buy anything certain. I'm just saying, think about getting something that takes the nasty fumes away from you, especially when you're sitting in one spot for hours just knocking stuff out. Well, even this metal's got oil on it. I mean, do you wipe all the oil off? Not everybody does. So it's just a thought, because it affects me. I'm wheezy for other reasons, but I also don't want to add to that. I'd like to be around. I'd like to be able to see Luna graduate college and stuff like that. So just give it a heads up. Just aware. Like I said, not your father. I'm not selling anything specific. I just think about it. If you're a welder and you do this all the time, think about your lungs just as much as you think about your skin and your eyes. All right. Love you. Have a great 2022. I got stuff to do. So.